Namaste, dear friends. I'm Meet Shukla, and you're watching Balmurti Online in English, an initiative by Unified Growth Foundation. Today's episode, Can a Child Be Treated Like a Toy? Is based on the Gujarati article Balak ne Ramakdu Banawai Kharu by Dr. Harshida Pandit. It asks us to pause and reflect. Do we sometimes treat children like little performers for our pride and entertainment, instead of respecting their individuality? This episode reminds us that play is not mischief but learning, and that children are not toys but growing human beings. Let's have a look.
Namaste and welcome to Parenting Perspectives. I'm Arjun.
And I'm Priya. Arjun, let me ask you something. Have you ever been at a family get-together where, the moment guests arrive, a child is put on the spot? That classic line, Beta, come on, show auntie your new dance move.
Priya, that is the official opening ceremony for half the family functions in India, I think. It's so common,
Right?
we barely even notice it. But, is it as innocent as it seems?
I used to think so. But I came across this really insightful article recently
Oh yeah,
that completely changed my view. It's from a project called Balmurti Online.
okay.
And the writer, Dr. Harshida Pandit, asks a very provocative question. Can a child be treated like a toy?
Wow, that's a powerful way to frame it. A toy exists for our entertainment, to be picked up and played with, when we feel like it. The thought of applying that to a child is uncomfortable.
Exactly. Dr. Pandit makes this brilliant distinction. It's one thing to notice your child has a lovely voice and encourage it with classes and practice.
Sure.
That's nurturing. But it's a completely different thing to hear them hum a little tune and then insist they perform it for every single guest, whether they feel like it or not.
So it becomes less about the child's joy
Right.
and more about the parents' pride. The guests are meant to clap. The parents are meant to, puff up their chests with pride.
Yes.
And the child? Well, the child's feelings are almost irrelevant in that moment.
Precisely. The article uses a very stark phrase. It says the child starts to feel like a quote-unquote circus animal in the family performance. They learn their job is to entertain and that they shouldn't refuse. It ties their entire sense of worth to their performance.
That's such a heavy burden for a little kid. And you mentioned this is from Balmurti Online. I think I heard they're managed by the Unified Growth Foundation. They are doing some really incredible work, aren't they? Promoting healthier approaches to child development.
They are. And the article doesn't just stop at the whole child as entertainer angle.
Okay.
It also explores a more sensitive, more complex situation. The child as an emotional crutch.
That sounds complicated. What do you mean?
Well, think about a single parent who has lost their partner. It's completely natural that their child becomes a source of comfort, a reason to live. The article acknowledges that's certain.
Of course.
But the danger Dr. Pandit points to is when that parent, in their own loneliness, becomes, overly possessive.
I see. So, out of a need for their own comfort, they might stop the child from mixing with other kids. No sleepovers, no playing outside, no friends over.
Exactly.
Because the parent needs the child with them at all times.
And in doing that, they inadvertently rob the child of the single most crucial element of their development.
Which is?
Play. The article puts it so beautifully. It says through play, a child first encounters the reality that they must live among others.
It's where you learn all the basics of society, isn't it? The concept of mine and yours when you have to share a toy. How to handle a small disagreement, get upset,
Yeah,
and then learn to patch things up.
exactly.
If you only ever interact with adults, you miss all of that. You grow up in a stifled world.
And I love that the article clarifies, that play isn't just about running around being boisterous. It mentions quiet, focused games, picture cards, chess, carom, even building with blocks.
Right.
Those are the activities that build concentration and intellect.
So it completely dismantles that old false belief that a playful child is mischievous
Right.
and a quiet, serious child is somehow more intelligent. Play in all its forms is essential work for a child.
It is. Whether it's for our pride or for our comfort, the moment we start treating a child like an object to serve our needs, we deprive them of the chance to grow into a whole mature human being. It's a profound reminder from Dr. Pandit and the team at Balmurti Online.
It truly is. It's about respecting them as individuals
Right.
with their own moods, their own desires, and their own developmental needs.
So here's a question we'd like you to think about this week.
Okay.
Reflect on your own interactions with the children in your life, be it your own kids, your nieces, your nephews.
Ask yourself, are my actions genuinely for their growth and their joy?
Right.
Or are they sometimes, even unknowingly, for my own?
This discussion reminds us that every child deserves the freedom to play, rest, and grow without being pushed to perform for others. I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever caught yourself asking a child to perform just to impress others? Well, share your reflections in the comments. Your honesty could help other parents reflect too. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on our social media handles and visit our website for more such meaningful conversations. Namaskar.